Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jai 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 Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 Srila Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya
Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Samniti Namane
Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine.
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravami Pathamane Nirvisheta Sanghala Pasatya Dashata.
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Bhagavata Tirasava Bhagavanga Tejara Yakshi Padavahanande Sriyo Nidhanam Paramanam Namadva Sri Chaitanya Swami. So today we gathered together and highlighted some initiations.
Today we're gathered together, and the highlight is some initiations.
But I'd just like to take some opportunity.
I'd just like to take some opportunity.
And then my God brothers have been asking me to write something about Srila Prabhupada.
Many of my godbrothers have been asking me to write something about Srila Prabhupada.
My personal experiences.
My personal experiences.
I was a bit proud.
I was a bit proud.
I had a very good memory.
That I had a very good memory.
So I didn't keep any diary.
So I didn't keep any diary.
I thought I would remember everything.
I thought, well, I would remember everything.
But now I wish I had kept the diary because so many details would be there.
Now I wish I had kept a diary because so many details would have been there.
In any case, whether I could remember, I have tried to write down.
In any case, whatever I could remember, I've tried to write down.
And they want to have that published by this Lord Purnima.
And they want to have that published by this Gaur Purnima.
So, it's amazing how many times Prabhupada was prophesied.
It's amazing how many times Prabhupada was prophesied.
In the Brahma Vaivarta,
Even in the Brahma Vaivarta Puran,
which is one of the 18 Mahapurans.
which is one of the 18 Mahapuranas.
They're in the 125th Kanda.
They're in the 125th Khanda.
All the holy rivers came to see Prabhupada, Lord Krishna and Durga.
All the holy rivers came to see Lord Krishna in Dwarka.
And the Ganges came forward as the spokesperson.
And the Ganges came forward as the spokesperson.
And she said to Lord Krishna
And she said to Lord Krishna
that the symptoms show that you are soon to wind up your pastime.
that the symptoms show that you're soon going to wind up your pastimes.
And that Kali Yuga will begin.
And that Kali Yuga will begin.
That means that sinful people will be bathing in my waters.
That means that sinful people would be bathing in their waters.
And will get overloaded by sins.
And will get overloaded by sins.
So we request you, please take us with you.
So we request you, please take us with you.
And Krishna was, Lord Krishna was smiling.
Lord Krishna was smiling.
He said, you know, just to hear about a Vaishnava
He said, you know, just to hear about a Vaishnava
is purifying.
is purifying.
And to see a Vaishnava is more purifying.
And to see a Vaishnava is more purifying.
What to see, what to touch.
What to speak of touching.
So, after 5,000 years, I'll send a Vaishnava
So after 5,000 years, I'll send a Vaishnava
who will take the holy name and spread it all over the world.
who will take the holy name and spread it all over the world.
And the people all over the world will start to chant the holy names, my holy name.
And people all over the world will start to chant my holy names.
And some of them will come to India and bathe in the holy rivers.
And they will come to India and bathe in the holy rivers.
And you can recognize them by the chanting the holy names.
And you can recognize them because they'll be chanting the holy names.
And thus will be a golden period for 10,000 years.
And thus, there will be a golden period for 10,000 years.
So just tolerate 5,000 years. And then the golden period comes for 10,000 years.
So just tolerate for 5,000 years, and then the golden age comes for 10,000 years.
After that, Kali Yuga and this dark period begins.
After that, Kali Yuga and the dark period begins.
At that time, you can go subterranean,
At that time, you can go subterranean,
like Saraswati,
like Saraswati,
and wait till the Satyuga,
and wait till the Satya Yuga,
and then reappear.
and then reappear.
So, here is very nice. HHJPS Swami Prabhupada was obviously the person predicted.
So His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, was obviously the person predicted.
He was the first person who spread the holy name all over the world.
He was the first person who spread the holy name all over the world.
He came exactly 5,000 years after the departure of Lord Krishna.
And he came exactly 5,000 years after the departure of Lord Krishna.
In the Chaitanya model,
In the Chaitanya Mangala,
yeah, Lord Chaitanya and Golok Vrindavan.
Lord Chaitanya and Golok Vrindavan.
And this book was written about 450 years ago.
This book was written about 450 years ago.
He predicted that he would send a Senapati Bhakta.
So he predicted that he would send a Senapati Bhakta,
spread the message of his message and his names all over the world,
who would spread his message and his names all over the world,
especially to those places where he didn't go.
especially to those places where he didn't go.
So, then again, he predicted that this Vaishnava would come after 500 years.
So then again, he predicted that this Vaishnava would come after 500 years.
So that book was written about 4,500 years after the Kali Yuga began.
So that book was written about 4,500 years after the Kali Yuga began.
And 500 years after that, Prabhupada came.
And 500 years after that, Prabhupada came.
And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he predicted that someone would come and easily go from one country to the next.
And Bhaktivinoda Thakur predicted that one person would come who would easily go from one country to the next.
And spread the Sankirtan movement.
And spread the Sankirtan movement.
So that was in the early 1800s.
So that was in the early 1800s.
And at that time there was no idea about aircraft.
And at that time, there was no idea about aircrafts.
And so going from one country to the next easily was unthinkable.
So going from one country to the next easily was unthinkable.
But so still Prabhupada, he came, there were airplanes, and after his voyage on the Jaladut, he could fly all the rest of the places.
So when Prabhupada came, there were airplanes, and after his voyage on the Jaladut, he could fly to other places.
And many are quotations by Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
And there are many quotations by Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
How the holy name would be sung in Russia, in France, Germany.
How the holy name would be sung in Russia and France and Germany.
In England.
In England.
And in America.
And in America.
So, one of these quotes was apparently read to Prabhupada here in Australia.
So one of these quotes was apparently read here to Prabhupada in Australia.
And so maybe they're talking about me.
And Prabhupada said, maybe they're talking about me.
And changed the subject.
Then he changed the subject.
So then, there are also many quotes by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
So then there are also many quotes by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
And how the first time he met Srila Prabhupada,
And how the first time he met Srila Prabhupada,
he told him he should preach in the Western countries.
He told him that he should preach in the Western countries.
And then he told his assembled devotees
And then he told his assembled devotees
that very soon one of his disciples would go to the West.
that very soon one of his disciples would go to the West.
And he would send devotees from different countries
And he would send devotees from different countries
to participate in the Navadip Parikrama.
to participate in the Navadip Parikrama.
And he said that this will not happen in my lifetime,
And he said that this will not happen in my lifetime,
but it will happen.
but it will happen.
And so now we have 6 or 7 Parikrama parties.
And so now we have about 6 or 7 Parikrama parties.
And then Mahamilan is about 10,000 devotees.
And the Mahamilan is about 10,000 devotees.
And from all over the world, from Russia, from Hindi speaking, Bengali speaking.
From all over the world, from Russia, from Hindi speaking, from Bengali speaking.
To see them all go together and raising each other, it's overwhelming.
You see all of them together embracing each other. It's overwhelming.
So our previous acharyas had predicted that they would come when the Western devotees and the Indian devotees
So our previous acharyas predicted that they would come and that our Indian devotees and Western devotees
would embrace each other,
would embrace each other,
would sing Jai Sachinandan, Jai Sachinandan.
and would sing Jai Sachinandan, Jai Sachinandan.
So this was spoken during the British Raj
So this was spoken during the British Raj,
when the British,
you know the British,
and they would be embracing the Bengali devotees and chanting Jai Sachinandan. That's unimaginable.
and that they would be embracing Bengali devotees and be chanting Jai Sachinandan was unimaginable
But Indian devotees,
for Indian devotees for that matter.
so all these things were predicted by our previous acharyas.
So all these things were predicted by our previous acharyas.
And we all centered around his divine grace by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
And they're all centered around His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
So we have a great opportunity to be part of the Sankirtan movement.
So we have this great opportunity to be a part of the Sankirtan movement.
In the Chaitanya Bhagavat, there's a verse that says,
In the Chaitanya Bhagavat, there's a verse that says,
Ajabtiha lila kade galurai, onogono bhagavan deki bhare pai.
Oddapi lila kore gorai, kono kono bhagavan dekibare pai.
That even today,
But even today,
Lord Chaitanya is manifesting his pastimes.
Lord Chaitanya is manifesting his pastimes.
And those who are fortunate, they can see it.
And those who are fortunate, they can see it.
Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada
Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur told Srila Prabhupada
that if he preached the Western countries he'll be spiritually benefited.
That if he preached in the Western countries, he would be spiritually benefited.
And those who helped him would also benefit.
And those who helped him would also benefit.
So how many of you want to help Srila Prabhupada?
So how many of you want to help Srila Prabhupada?
We're not going to South America.
So Atmanam is volunteering going to South America.
So Atmanam is volunteering to go to South America.
He already spent time there.
He already spent time there.
So helping Srila Prabhupada,
You know, so helping Srila Prabhupada,
that can be to temple construction,
that can be through temple construction,
that can be to distributing books,
that can be through distributing books,
to Bhakti Riksha,
through Bhakti Vriksha,
to so many different ways.
through so many different ways.
So we want to help Srila Prabhupada
So we want to help Srila Prabhupada
establish this Krishna conscious movement
establish this Krishna conscious movement
all over the world.
all over the world.
And the hospital nearby here,
In the hospital nearby here,
one of the nurses said,
one of the nurses said,
"Please bless me.
please bless me.
I don't want to be a cockroach just like you."
I don't want to be a cockroach next life.
So there's a lot of work to be done.
So there's a lot of work to be done.
I was thinking about here in Australia, we say good day.
I was thinking, here in Australia, we say good day, good day,
Goodbye.
good day.
Gora and goodbye.
Gora and nitay.
So, actually, I'm also translating and compiling like 10 different books on Lord Chaitanya's pastimes.
I'm also compiling 10 different books on Lord Chaitanya's pastimes,
So, on that, people can read these pastimes of Lord Chaitanya
so that people can read the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya
one after another,
one after another,
and all the details
and all the details
which are available in the revealed scriptures.
which are available in the revealed scriptures.
So one of the books tells about the pastime of Gaur and Gadadhar.
So one of the books tell about the pastimes of Gaur and Gadadhar.
That's the Prema Vivarta by Jagadananda Pandit.
That's the Prema Vivarta by Jagadananda Pandit.
Actually tells about two of the pastimes.
It actually tells about 2 of the pastimes.
Which one do you want to hear?
Which one do you want to hear?
So, Jagadananda had a spat with Lord Chaitanya.
Jagadananda had a spat, an argument with Lord Chaitanya.
Yeah, when they were just young men,
when they were just young men,
maybe 8 years old or so.
maybe 8 years old or so.
And of course, Lord Chaitanya was victorious.
And of course Lord Chaitanya was victorious.
And then Jagadananda was heartbroken
But then Jagadananda was heartbroken.
to the side of the Ganges.
And he went by the side of the Ganges.
And he cried all day.
And he cried all day.
He cried all night.
He cried all night.
And the sun was about to rise.
The sun was almost about to rise,
It was still night.
but still night.
And then Lord Chaitanya and Gadadhar came looking for him.
And then Lord Chaitanya and Gadadhar came looking for him.
Jagananda,
Jagadananda.
Saw him on the side of the Ganges.
And they saw him by the side of the Ganges.
So they said, "What are you doing here?"
So they said, "What are you doing here?"
And then he wiped the tears and he said, what are you doing here?"
And then he wiped the tears and he said, "What are you doing here?"
This pathway is filled with stones.
This pathway is filled with stones.
It'll hurt your feet.
You're going to hurt your feet.
So please go back to your house and around the sea or tender feet be hurt.
So please go back to your house. I don't want to see your tender feet being hurt.
And Jagadananda was here all day, all night.
Jagadananda, you've been here all day, all night.
Come with us.
Come with us.
So Gadadhar walked into Jagadananda. Gadadhar, he walked near to Jagadananda.
Gadadhar walked near to Jagadananda.
And Jagadananda grabbed the leg of Gadadhar and pulled himself up.
And Jagadananda grabbed the leg of Gadadhar and pulled himself up.
And then he walked out to the house of Lord Chaitanya.
And then he walked back to the house of Lord Chaitanya.
So he was given some muddy,
So he was given some woody,
puffed rice,
some puffed rice,
and some water.
and some water.
Then Lord Chaitanya talked to him.
And then Lord Chaitanya talked to him.
We're friends.
We're friends.
Sometimes we disagree.
Sometimes we disagree.
We have arguments.
We have arguments.
And then I also couldn't sleep.
But then I also couldn't sleep.
I was also sleeping on the floor.
I was also sleeping on the floor.
I'm rolling over.
I was rolling over.
On the sleep.
Couldn't sleep.
And eat.
Couldn't eat.
So although we disagreed,
So although we disagree,
and later on we make up.
later on we make up.
And our love for each other increases.
And our love for each other increases.
So then the Jagadananda Pandit, he went to sleep.
So then Jagadananda Pandit went to sleep.
He slept a couple hours.
He slept a couple of hours.
Then Jagadananda and Sabji Mata brought a plate of rice with milk.
And then Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata brought him a plate of rice with milk.
And then soon after that, Jagannath Mishra said, "Let's hurry up.
Soon after that, Jagannath Mishra said, "Hurry up.
I know that your classes."
Time to go to your classes."
That's one story.
So that's one story.
Want to be tired to hear the other story?
You must be tired to hear the other story.
No!
One day after school, Goranga and Kalala and the other family became running, skipping and hopping and running.
Gauranga, Gadadhar and Jagadananda Pandit came running, skipping, hopping
through the forest by the Alakananda River. Then they saw a parrot,
And then they saw a parrot.
and Lord Chaitanya held his hand out, and the parrot crawled on his hand.
And then Lord Chaitanya held his hand out, and the parrot came on his hand.
So then he said, so please chant Radha and Krishna. You are not different from Sukadeva Goswami.
So then he said, please chant Radha and Krishna. You're not different from Shukdev Goswami.
Get ready to be a parrot.
Everybody get ready to be a parrot.
One, two, three. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Gaura.
What parrot you know goes like this? Come on.
Lord Chaitanya, no, I didn't want to hear those names.
Lord Chaitanya said, no, I didn't want to hear those names.
I want to hear the name of Radha and Krishna.
I want to hear the names of Radha and Krishna.
The parrot said, then since time immemorial, I've been chanting the name of Gauranga.
The parrot said, since time immemorial, I've been chanting this name of Gauranga.
I'm not going to change now.
So I'm not going to change now.
What I chant is Gaura, Gaura.
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 He's playing the part of a tree.
He's playing the part of a tree.
Someone has to be a tree.
Someone has to be the tree.
So, Lord Chaitanya said, I'm a devotee of Radha and Krishna.
So the parrot said, no, Lord Chaitanya said, I'm a devotee of Radha and Krishna.
Get great happiness to hear Radha and Krishna chanted.
I get great happiness to hear Radha and Krishna chanted.
So, why don't you chant Radha and Krishna? This place is not different from Vrindavan.
So why don't you chant Radha and Krishna? This place is not different from Vrindavan.
It's true. The parrot said,
It's true, the parrot said.
this place is not different from Vrindavan.
This place is not different from Vrindavan.
And here, Krishna has appeared as you are.
And here Krishna has appeared as Gaura.
And Radha as Gadadhar.
And Radha as Gadadhar.
So I chant the name of Gaura Gaura. Gaura Gaura. Gaura Gaura. Krishna, Chaitanya, and Gadadhar.
And then Krishna, Chaitanya, and Gadadhar. And Jagadananda Pandit, they ran off. So there was another pastime of Gadadhar.
That was another thing.
That was another pastime. There are more, I don't want to go through them tonight.
So, today, some devotees are taking initiation.
So today some devotees are taking initiation.
And because we have a few devotees,
And because we have a few devotees,
we could spend a little time glorifying them.
we could spend a little time glorifying them.
The thing is that to take initiation one has to eat the humble pie.
The thing is that to take initiation, one has to eat the humble pie.
Even after the initiation, they're supposed to beg for Guru Dakshina.
Even after the initiation, they're supposed to beg for Guru Dakshina.
That time the devotees start to give them a hard time.
That time the devotees are supposed to give them a hard time.
And usually people are very soft.
But usually people are very soft, so they give.
One is that you need to follow the third verse from the Shikshashtaka.
The point is that you need to follow the third verse from the Shikshashtaka.
Be more humble than a blade of grass.
To be more humble than a blade of grass.
Tolerant than a tree.
More tolerant than a tree.
Offer respect to others.
Offer respect to others.
Don't expect any respect for yourself.
Don't expect any respect for yourself.
Have that consciousness, we can always chant holy names.
If we have that consciousness, we can always chant the holy names.
But usually our expectation is different.
But usually our expectation is different.
And so we're humble, strong, we're proud.
Instead of being humble as a straw, we get proud.
Being tolerant like a tree or intolerant.
Instead of being tolerant like a tree, we're intolerant.
Glorifying others, we want to be glorified.
Instead of glorifying others, we want to be glorified.
So that creates problems.
So that creates problems.
Someone once gave me a book, Dale Carnegie, How to Make Friends and Influence People.
Someone once gave me the book, Dale Carnegie, How to Make Friends and Influence People. I was going through that.
I saw basically what he was saying was in that verse, Shikshastra.
And I saw that basically what he was saying was in the 3rd verse of the Shikshashtakam.
Don't expect any appreciation, just appreciate others.
Don't expect any appreciation, just appreciate others.
And you'll get lots of appreciation.
And then you'll get lots of appreciation.
But the reminds me that Sridhar Maharaj, Sridhar Swami,
That reminds me that Sridhar Swami, he used to say,
if you want to collect money,
if you want to collect money,
ask for advice.
ask for advice.
If you want advice, ask for money.
If you want advice, ask for money.
So, and that we tend to expect that have lots of appreciation and praise.
So we tend to expect to get lots of appreciation.
Well, we may or may not get.
But we may or may not get.
But that should not be our motive for serving.
But that should not be our motive for serving.
There's a story about Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
There's a story by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur
where he says, I get the punchline. Here they have some short description of the story.
He would have some short description of the story,
And then that one liner would sum up what he wanted to say.
and that one-liner would sum up what he wanted to say.
So there was one landlord, and he could never keep a servant.
So there was one landlord, and he could never keep a servant.
Servants would always leave him. The servants would always leave him.
The servants would always leave.
So he asked a friend what to do.
So he asked a friend what to do.
The friend said, give him fine rice.
The friend said, give him fine rice.
Give him good food.
Give him good food.
That's all.
That's all.
That's all it takes.
That's what it takes.
And then they would give the fine rice to the servant.
So then he would give the fine rice to the servant.
And the servant, he gave lots of work to the servants.
And then he would also give lots of work to the servants.
So after some time, the servant left.
So after some time, the servant left.
And then he went to his friend, he left anyway.
And then he went to his friend. He left anyway.
That's right, he'll be back.
That's alright, he'll be back.
Because outside, he can't afford fine rice.
Because outside, he can't afford fine rice.
He was addicted.
And he was addicted.
And went back,
So he went back.
and took out his job again.
And took up his job again.
So, be a Vaishnava.
So to be a Vaishnava,
There's a certain natural pratishtha you get.
there's a certain natural pratishtha that you get.
Certain natural appreciation you get.
A certain natural appreciation you get.
And you don't get that in the material world.
And you don't get that in the material world.
So, that helps to keep people in devotional service.
So that helps to keep people in devotional service.
So, on our side, we should shower them with appreciation if they deserve it.
So from our side, we should shower them with appreciation if they deserve it.
A little bit if they deserve it.
Even a little bit if they deserve it.
Because in the material world, nobody appreciates.
Because in the material world, nobody appreciates.
You work hard in your job, you work hard, you save your boss money.
You work hard in your job, you save your boss money.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He pays you.
He pays you.
You work.
And you work.
No love.
No love.
So, being devotees, we need to show some appreciation and love.
So being devotees, we need to show some appreciation and love.
Although we don't expect it ourselves,
Although we don't expect it ourselves,
we should try to give it to others.
we should try to give it to others.
And this was the story, this is the first part of that story by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
And this was the purport of that story by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
That devotee, if he gets appreciation as devotee,
That a devotee, if he gets appreciation as a devotee,
he'll come back.
he'll come back.
Even if he leaves,
Even if he leaves.
or he may never leave,
Or he may never leave.
he's not.
If he's smart.
So we have two couples taking first and one taking second.
So we have two couples taking first and one taking second.
Yes, Maharaj.
And one thing, who would like to speak about our Brahman from Govinda Valley?
So who would like to speak about our Brahman from Govinda Valley?
I should speak. Somehow, it's complicated. Somehow, Raghupati has finds himself in the Yajna today. It was not a certain thing, and there was some struggle and difficulty in the last 2 or 3 days for him to get this opportunity. But I really pressured him and pushed him and harassed everybody to somehow or another bring about this auspicious situation, because of course he's been a long time devotee, initiated disciple of Maharaj, some 13 years apparently, and this is a long time. Normally initiation, second initiation doesn't take that long, but and he was somewhat ambivalent because he felt under some strain or pressure. It's just too complicated, too hard. Unfortunately, as our society continues to grow and develop, it gets more and more complicated, more and more bureaucratic. These days, to get initiated, you have to have a whole process. Vijay Gopika, she's all his fault. So much bureaucracy and so many courses you have to sit, so many tests you have to do. I'm very happy that I'm already initiated. I think under Vijay's regime, I don't think I would qualify. Of course, the qualification for initiation, even for a Brahmin, the essence is very simple. As Maharaj said, it comes down to humility, some good quality, some good character. We know the story one time that Prabhupada would say something like this, that someone would, I can't remember the details, but someone owned up to being a thief, and the response was, oh, then no. What is it? You must be a Brahmin because you're telling the truth. What is my Varna? But there was some uncertainty. But anyway, because he was honest and told the truth, oh, you must be a Brahmana. And I remember also Prabhupada one time said that what does it mean to be a Brahmana? It means no fingernails. No fingernails. In other words, you keep your fingers very short. In other words, you're very clean, neat and tidy, very clean. So not complicated in that way. I heard Prabhupada once also said that coming back to guided, as long as you chant 16 rounds a day and brush your teeth, then you'll go back to guided. So, especially in the early days, things were much more simple like that. Anyway, Raghupati was under some apprehension because these complicated things was difficult for him. But I pushed and harassed him. All right, you have to sit a test. Fair enough, they're making it hard. Well, we'll work through it. Only 50, 60 questions. So I said, I will help you. So I sat him down. We went through it all, and I started thinking, actually, some of these are quite hard. But we went through it, and I coached him through the different issues, and somehow he managed to pass the exam. So, but the real qualification is that Raghupati, he has very good character. He's very humble. He's very steady and very loyal to his guru. Very loyal. Many years he's been in Krishna consciousness. Not that there's not a struggle. To become a saintly personality means a lifetime of struggle. We shouldn't be any illusion. It's not easy for anybody. We shouldn't think anybody is doing it easy. Everybody is struggling. So, not that it's not always been easy for him, but throughout these many years, he's been humble and steady and struggled. His sadhana is very good. He's always at Mangalati. He always chants his rounds. He tries his best in service. And because he's simple and humble, has good qualities, and because he's loyal to the Guru, actually he's qualified to be a Brahmana. This is actually the qualification. So, he may struggle with doing some sort of paper examination, but I never considered that to be such a significant thing, so I pushed that somehow some consideration should be given, and so he could sit in on this yajna. He deserves the opportunity, and it's a very auspicious occasion for him, and we're all very pleased that he's here today and having this opportunity while Maharaj is here in Sydney, because of course Maharaj being here is, as I said to him earlier on this evening, I have come here to witness a miracle, namely you yourself. Being here. I heard you were here in Sydney, and I thought, this is definitely a miracle, I must come and see. So it's very fortunate for Raghupati that this opportunity has come about, and at this auspicious time somehow we've managed to make this arrangement, and he's sitting here in the Jaggi today. So Raghupati Prabhu ki!
Yes, Gurudev. After you. Gurudev, Venkat Rajkumar Prabhu is very humble, and he's very service-minded, very enthusiastic, and he's attended all Bhakti Vrikshas, and what I really like in him is that he's extremely humble. He doesn't consider himself a devotee at all. And he was saying, I'm so fallen that Guru Maharaj will have to really struggle very hard to pull me up. He'll have to really pull me up. So that really won my heart. And his wife, Kavita Mataji, I've known her for some time. Even in spite of all the difficulties that she's gone through, she's been very sincere, very loyal to you. And reading Srila Prabhupada's books, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam, in order to increase her faith and with dependency on the Lord, not to learn the shlokas and show it off in any class, but with dependency on the Lord. She's been very sincere and she's humble, she's very enthusiastic. She's bringing up both her daughters in Krishna consciousness. In spite of all difficulties, she's going on like a warrior. So I'm very happy that she's getting initiated by you today, Gurudev. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Gurudev.
Hare Krishna. I know Vishesh Prabhu for close to 4-5 years now. There are a lot of good qualities Prabhu has, but something that if I think of Vishesh Prabhu, the thing that always comes to my mind is he likes to achieve big things for Srila Prabhupada. I had the fortune of working with him for university preaching programs, and he always tries to think big, what we can do to take university preaching to the next level, how we can find a big presence for our Krishna conscious society in the university programs like that. So that's something I've always found it inspiring. We do book distribution, and most of our endeavor is actually centered around having such an inspiration. So I can see very much. I look up to Vishesh Prabhu actually for such mammoth inspiration or aspiration he has actually got to achieve big things for Srila Prabhupada. In regard to his sadhana, Prabhu is one of the few devotees who is very, very regular for Mangalarati. He is there on Mangalarati. I always say, if you look at Vishesh Prabhu, you can adjust your clock. It's 4:25 a.m. He is always there. And we stay in the ashram and we run at the last minute after we hear the conch. But Prabhu, even though he's staying outside, he's always very, very punctual. And he always comes for the Mangalarati program, attends the whole Mangalarati program, Tulsi Arati, and then he sits and chants through the rounds, and he never falls asleep. So I always even tell the other brahmachari boys to look up to him and learn from him how we have to actually hear the holy name attentively. And even Prabhu has been dressing Srila Prabhupada for many months, I should say. And usually when devotees come for dressing Prabhupada, they dress the Prabhupada, and because of time constraints they leave. But Prabhu will make sure that after dressing Srila Prabhupada, he'll attend the morning greeting the deities, and then he will make sure that the Prabhupada Arati is going on properly. So he will be there. If nobody there, he will blow the conch and he will do the Arati. So any task that he actually takes up, he does it end to end, completely. And recent addition to in their family is Vian Prabhu. So like father, like son. So Vian is also attending Mangalarati sometimes these days. So Swati Mataji also, she also comes along with their kid for the weekend program. They also attend the morning program, attending Bhagavatam and everything. So it's they are really very, very inspiring. Like we stay close. I stay in the temple, but if I really ask this question honestly, am I taking full advantage of my stay in the temple? No, absolutely no. But looking up to them, I can definitely, hand on my heart, actually say I have got to learn a lot of things from them, because they stay close to temple and they take full advantage of that, trying to look for every opportunity to serve their lordships, to serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada. So we are very, very happy that they are here taking the shelter of Srila Gurudev. So from the bottom of my heart, I wish them good luck in their spiritual lives, and I would request everyone to shower your blessings upon them by chanting loudly Hare Krishna Mahamantra once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you.
Can I add something about Swati? Gurudev, Swati Mataji is very innocent by nature. She's very sweet, and she comes from Calcutta, and so her Bengali is very good. And when we were trying to sing the second poem that you wrote, Sara Vishwe Harinam Bilaila, I found it very hard because I don't speak Bengali, and she helped us, and we were able to sing it for you in Adelaide. And she's bringing up beyond Krishna also very nicely in Krishna consciousness. I'm very happy that she's getting initiated today. Thank you, Gurudev.
Anyone else? Srivas Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. I know Vishesh Prabhu on the first day he visited the temple. As Prabhu, Ganeshan Prabhu was saying, I saw him on the Mangalarti. The first day when they came to Sydney, first visit to the temple. So, as Prabhu was saying, they are very, very enthusiastic, and he's always jovial, and he's determined. So I like those qualities. Recently they were moved to near to the temple, and then they started getting into Mangalarti and enthusiastically increasing the sadhana. So that part I really liked it. I wish I could do that. It's a very inspirational one. So I wish he may best of Krishna conscious life.
So, I'll say the Mahamantra, just praise our leaders to the mantra of the right ear.
So I'll say the Maha Mantra. The devotees who are getting first initiated, you should uncover your right ears.
Right ear?
Right ear.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
The Gayatri Mantra will give it separately. Since it's secret.
Only the initiates can hear it.
Only the initiates can hear it.
Who's first?
So who is first? Kavita and Venkatesh.
Have they already said their vows?
Have they said their vows?
Have you said their vows?
Yes. You have to say, please give me initiation.
Please give me initiation, Gurudev. 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 Please give me initiation, Gurudev.
So your names are Vrindavan Venkatesh Das and Krishna Priya Kavita Devidasi.
वृंदावन वेंकटेश दास प्रभु के कृष्ण प्रिया कविता देवी दासी की
But you should bow down to Prabhupada and the deities. Beg for initiation.
Please give us initiation, Guru Maharaj. Please give us initiation, Guru Maharaj.
Please give us initiation, Guru Maharaj. Please give us initiation, Guru Maharaj.
Your names are Rajendra Gopinath Das and Sukomal Priya Sakhi Devidasi.
राजेंद्र गोपीनाथ दास प्रभु के सुकोमल प्रिय सखी देवीदासी माता जी के
Hare Krishna, now we'll start the Bhari Yajna.